Welcome to the Nitpicking Nerds.
In this video, we're going to go over the strengths and weaknesses of the Mardu wedge. How to play it, how to beat it.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy. Mix this together in a bowl. That's the recipe for the Nitpicking Nerds.
Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to our channel because our subscribers are 10% more likely to earn a sweet war name like Helm Smasher.
It's pretty cool.
Disclaimer, the Nitpicking Nerds cannot guarantee that your war name will be cool.
Let's start off with the strengths, shall we?
Yes, what's strength number 1?
Removal and board wipes. Or in black, or in white. We know from the AGAINST video, they're blowing up creatures.
Black and white have a majority of the board wipes actually in their colors.
Vast majority.
So-
And red nukes artifacts all the time. That's all it lives for.
You also get Blasphemous Act in these colors. The 1 mana board wipe that feels really good when you cast it for 1 mana.
You know, if you're into that, this is even the best colors for land destruction.
Oh, it is. Ugh.
You just got a lot of tools at your disposal.
If you don't mind people hating you, then land destruction is the way to go.
Yes. You can remove literally anything. Difference between this and other black-white shards and wedges is you're usually getting value from it. So like Crackling Doom, there's Return to Dust, Vandal Blast, like these are all, they're not 1-for-1s.
They're definitely not 1-for-1s. Like, you're going to get probably 2, 3.
Yeah, and if they are 1-for-1s,
Possible.
they're really good cards like Anguish Unmaking or Hide and Seek.
Hide and Seek.
I'm willing to leave it at that. I think all the cards we mentioned are great.
He will not stop mentioning Hide and Seek.
Can't. It's too good.
Unlike Abzan, almost all of this removal is not creature-based, but instead spell-based.
Spell-based. Instant sorceries. We don't have creatures that do that much. All of the Reclamation Sages and the green-white guys, they're over there.
Yeah, they're in the other deck.
Yeah, they're in the other deck.
They're in the
Play
Abzan
that
deck.
if you want those guys. They're not here.
We don't want those guys, though.
Strength number 2. Hit it.
Reanimation, just like in Abzan.
Except not exactly. Because you can reanimate fatties. And you can reanimate value creatures. But you're not, we're going to mention this a lot. You're not comboing. There's not really like a go-to thing.
Yeah, this isn't a combo deck. These aren't combo decks. They can be combo decks.
They can easily be combo decks, but there's not this reanimation combo you're trying to assemble besides Viscerseer, Karmic Guide, Blood Artist, Revel Arc.
Yeah, and you got to put all those out onto the field.
That's tough.
The deck is more damage over time, which we'll get to later. Unless you Smiles at Death, great reanimation value
Sun
card.
Titan.
Good commander for this deck.
Sepulchral Primordial. That's like that's one of the bigger ones.
Sepulchral Porno, yeah, you get a lot of value out of that card. It turns out if your opponent gets 3 other creature decks, you get a lot.
Yeah, that
of
card's
value.
just really good.
Yeah, I have played it. Can't confirm, is really good.
Number 3, Strength of the Mardu. Card draw.
This is just a strength of black.
Yeah, if you're in black, you have really good card draw because Necropotence is really good. And if you're in 3 colors, we pretty much always play Painful Truths.
You want to know something funny here? Because it's just funny to think about.
It's just funny.
White sucks at drawing cards. Red sucks at drawing cards.
Yep.
But because you have black and Mardu, you get a strong ability to draw cards.
Oh yeah, if you're Queen Marchesa, you have no problem drawing any cards.
No. Queen Marchesa literally says, when you play her, draw a card. Wow, what was that?
I threw a pen.
Okay.
I didn't like it there.
I'm glad you threw it off the table. Thanks.
Me too. I'm just trying to tidy up the space here.
Nobody could have saw it.
I was self-conscious about it.
Let's
move on.
You're self-conscious about the pen?
Let's move on.
Okay,
The final strength we have for you.
Okay. Strength number 4.
We're flying through these.
Strong in combat.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
We have good attackers. We have good blockers. Just a lot of overall. When you go into combat, your creatures are usually going to be better than their creatures.
I don't know how many other shards or wedges are going to be good at combat. That's not something I even really care about. But every Mardu deck, there's always these things that are just pushing through damage. It's like, yep, your Mardu creature gets in again, and it hits again. It has Death Touch or First Strike or Indestructible like Zergo.
Sarah said it's in these colors. You just get to play that. Mardu decks play it really well because you get to be an aggressive attacking deck.
You can
if
you want.
You can play Timna. You can play.
Timna's so good.
And if you're pushing through those damage, you get to also draw off of that, which is awesome. In the command zone, you get strong attackers like Queen Marchesa, Alesha, and Zergo. All really, really strong attackers. One having First Strike, one being indestructible, and the other...
The best combat duplicator, Aurelia.
Oh, yeah, that's also good. That wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say that one has Death Touch, referencing Queen Marchesa, but that's worth mentioning.
Aurelia's really good.
Aurelia is also very good. She's just gets you another combat, and that can be really strong in a deck where you're going to be combat based, which Mardu tends to do.
Interesting thoughts. Weaknesses now. Every deck has weaknesses. What are the weaknesses? How do these people go up against their Mardu opponents and come out on top?
They tend to have Mardu tends to have a reliance on artifacts and enchantments.
Yes. They do not diversify. If you're just playing mono artifacts, you're weak to Vandal Blast. Bifrost is another good one. Budget. And Bane of Progress.
Yes, because the thing is, playing a land each turn in EDH tends not to be enough, so you want to play some ramp. Almost every deck's going to play some ramp.
Nope, every deck. Every deck.
Every deck is going to play some ramp, and so you're forcing the artifacts because the Mardu colors don't have any.
We left green behind with Abzan. We
Yep.
just got poop.
Yeah, so now we can play things like Wayfarer's Bauble to diversify a little bit. Solemn, Burnished Heart, and Thematic Compass. Those are some ones that allow you to like kind of go around.
And Myriad Landscape. Play Myriad Landscape too. Those 5 cards help diversify you from just signets that are going to get blown up to like, okay, I can actually put lands and resources in play. Weakness number 2, closing out the game. This is a huge one. This is the biggest one for me.
Yep. So you can assemble combos with tutors, but you fall into this weakness.
Not too many combos to assemble.
Exactly.
They're a little clunky.
They're clunky, and that's exactly it. Most of these combos that you're gonna be able to put together are 3-4 combo cards.
They're like the Aristocrats. You can put together Bolas's Citadel, Aetherflux Reservoir, Sensei's Dividing Top.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a lot of cards.
Yeah, and like we were saying, it just takes a lot of cards
It's time consuming.
to go and get it.
But
But
most people just go for the Death to the Deathless, Torment of Hellfire, Exsanguinate route. And that's incredibly weak to counter spells.
yes,
So short of your X spells, you're just trying to like nickel and dime people to death. Like, oh, Crackling Doom deals 2 damage and Queen Marchesa attacks for 3.
each turn.
Yeah, it's not.
Alessia saying for 3 each turn. Get a lot of tokens. You can play token strategies in Mardu.
But like we say, creatures attacking is usually not good enough.
Yes, and that's the inconsistency that you fall into with this deck is your Haymaker finishers are going to be very weak to a blue deck.
Yeah, there's ways around it. You just gotta probably work towards your commander. Like go for Zergo commander damage.
Yeah.
Go for Alicia combos or like something like that.
Or let Queen Marchesa get you good value.
Yeah, I would stray away from I have Exsanguinate and 42 mana. That's whatever.
You're usually not going to resolve that spell.
Yeah, you gotta really maybe be disruptive and do that, or have some kind of discard theme. You know. But closing the game can be tough. Weakness number 3.
Weakness number 3. So you don't get to play a very diverse deck because 7 of the 9 commanders
Oh yeah.
were all build-arounds. So these are huge build-arounds too. These aren't like small little like.
Most of them are pretty huge.
These
Like,
aren't- yeah,
Edgar is all your creatures should be vampires except for like 5, and then Teriel and Alicia both are like, okay, we need to get creatures in the graveyard, and Alicia needs specifically small creatures, and it's like Zergo has 2 toughness.
Zergo should definitely see the build around the fact that you don't want him to be dying very
He's
often.
indestructible, so you can
He's
put more board wipes, etc.
He's only indestructible on your turn though, so he's easily removed. So you want to
Yeah.
put some sort of protection, like maybe some boots. You just have to build some stuff.
You build it with this stuff in mind.
Yeah, you have to build. And these decks all have these restrictions on them, and that really put a damper on getting to play Mardu good stuff. You can play
Mardu good stuff with Marchesa, which I would recommend highly, or Mathis Friendseeker.
Yes, so those 2 are like the good stuff commanders, but all the other ones, like
I mean, also Timna partner with anything is good stuff, but we're not talking about partners.
partners are too tough to talk about because I don't know. I feel like the design space was kind of.
I mean, it's like
stunk.
Well, it's just weird because like if you want to play Timna, you can play any color combination that you want.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what the Mardu ones do. I mean, Timna Vial Smasher is probably pretty good.
Yeah,
It's just a little boring.
Yeah, Tint of Virus Finisher is probably an awesome deck, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like the extra commanders. It's tough to talk about the partners.
stuff.
The partners are just weird.
It's too hard, and we don't want to do it. Since these decks are all relying on their commanders, you can exploit the weakness. Keep killing the commanders that are not Queen Marchesa.
A
I'd say
Kalia deck.
Even kill Mathis, too.
Have you ever seen the Kalia deck? Just with Kalia, just keeps dying, and she costs 37 mana.
Remember when the first precons came out and that Kalia was busted? And everyone was like, this card is so unfun. They always get me. It's like, then people learn how to play EDH, and it doesn't do anything. It's like janky now.
Yeah, it's tough to play. I mean, when it goes off, it's good.
Swords. Oh, well, I paid 4 mana for this, 2 mana for boots, and 1 mana to equip.
And I have in my hand big dragon, big demon, big angel.
7 drop, 8 drop, or you have nothing, and Kalia's not scary anyway.
Yep.
Ugh. Tough stuff. That is tough to pull off.
And you're stuck with your bad ramp because you're a Mardu. So
Yeah, you're stuck with your artifacts. Like,
you're gonna
please
try.
don't Vandal Blast.
You're gonna
Golly,
try.
It costs 8 mana.
You're gonna try and ramp into your Avacyn that you're never gonna cast.
Or your 8 mana 2/2 flyer.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not where they want to be. Kill Zergo once, then they have 7 mana for this thing. There's a lot of removal that hits it anyway. This is going to be tough for them to get back on the board and get to do things. They can draw cards, but what are they drawing into, especially if you're playing counterspells?
All right. Yep. Number 4.
Fourth weakness.
Cannon active spells on the stack. This is always worth mentioning because...
So it's a weakness because they're not blue. It's a strength because decks are blue, you know?
Yeah. Blue is... So, it's a reason to, like, want to add that 4th color because...
That's just why blue's the best color.
Blue's such a best color. Like, being able to take spells off the stack is so big. Like, because when something like Expropriate is put onto the stack...
You can't come back from that necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just annoying.
It's just... There's so many big spells like that where it's just like, well, what am I supposed to do when that thing resolves? It's annoying. And then when you cast your spells, there's very few and far between. There's something like a Grand Arbiter.
Like defensive spells, like
what is that thing's name?
Grand Abolisher.
Grand Abolisher. There's things like a Grand Abolisher which can help you like cast a big
Protect
spell.
yourself if you're trying to combo. I mean, it's just tough. Like you can't stop a Rift, you can't stop Teferi's Protection if you try to get them, and they're just like nope, and you just can't stop this stuff.
And that's why blue is so strong in EDH.
And that's why blue is pretty good.
Yep. But we're not talking about why blue is good. We're talking about Mardu's weakness. Its weakness will be that it will
Weakness is that blue's good.
it will have trouble dealing with counter spells, and
Yes.
it'll have trouble dealing with big spells that you cast. Like if you cast Yorick Sanguinate for 25, Mardu is gonna go, oh crap, that's no good.
Yeah. It's not good against
Oh,
itself.
I hope I have Teferi's Protection or nothing.
Yeah. So there's the one counter spell I'm gonna mention before we get like bombarded in the comments. Lapse of Certainty is okay. You can I would actually probably just recommend playing that card because it can get you out of some situations, especially with Sunforger. It's really good. That can help you interact with the spells in the stack. And I would never recommend that for Absinthe, but it's probably okay in Mardu decks.
Yeah, it's an okay
I
card.
play it, it's been okay. Teferi's Protection is basically a counter spell.
Yeah, you should play Teferi's Protection.
Those cards are both very good.
If you can afford Teferi's Protection, play Teferi's Protection. The card is insane.
Yeah, well, you get the best advice from this channel.
I have one rotting because I got it from my other... I don't have a white deck right now, and it's just like every time I go through like my extra cards, I'm like,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a $40 Teferi's
This will be
Protection.
the best card of my white deck.
My white deck I make soon. But those are the strengths and weaknesses of Mardu.
Hopefully you've learned a little how to play against it, how to play with it, what to do, what cards to focus on, and maybe you can let us know how this has improved your decks in the comments. Post your decks, we'll talk about it. What do we think's wrong with it? Not like there's anything wrong with you guys, but
No, we love you all.
Speaking
but
of
not
love.
as much
not even close.
as we love our 7 patrons, who BZ is going to list off in quick succession.
Adam, Dustin, Joe, Joseph, Jordan, Tyler, Zach.
Those are our 7 patrons. If you want to be on this giant oversized card with them and make it look even more ridiculous, head over to patreon.com/nitpicking nerds.
Make us even more rich, also.
Yeah, make us so we can make it rain on the channel. Peace out, Tribe Scout.